Okay, I am finally here. So let's do this. And we'll come this down. And my mic's in the wrong spot. Hold on one second. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Mic's in the right spot. Phone's in the wrong spot. I had to charge my phone, so I was like, oh, where's my charger? It's in all the wrong spots. Okay. Now I'm good to go. So we'll get started here. Xander Cam when Xander stays still, which is like next to never. He sleeps. He'll pose for pictures and then I'll be like, all right, but no, he literally sleeps by my feet. I'm not putting a camera cam where we actually had this discussion about my feet versus Xander. I refuse. I just can't do it. No. He sleeps right there, right on top of the vent, right next to my feet. No. So welcome to Kasara's non-feet based, casual corner channel, family friendly. Cool. Excellent. So welcome to my casual corner. So heads up, we are playing Kentucky Route Zero. Don't allow. And we're going to continue into chapter 5. Now, as anyone that was there for the last stream knows, it's not a game you can just jump into. Well, now I know my sound works. That's Prinny territory. Prinny gets my Xander cam with my feet. Yeah, that'll go well. No, I'm kidding. And don't anyone tell Prinny I said that. Except for I have a VOD, so now he can find himself. It'll be fine. This will be fine. Everything's fine. Anyway. So, I give this warning. So this is part 6 of Kentucky Route Zero, which means that there are 5 parts before. It's a game that is episodic enough where you can't really understand what's happening toward the end of it. And we're in the final 2 chapters. I'm not even sure I'm going to play it correctly, honestly. Because, and I'll show you in just a second. When you play through it, you play all the titles first. Or at least I played all the titles first. And then I played all the numbers next. Fascinating. Definitely new. Definitely 3 hours long. We're going to get this started here. Should I start the migraine now? I don't know. Yes? I don't want you to have a migraine. That would be great. I prefer that you just kind of enjoyed my reading of a game you may never understand. I don't know. If you have seen parts 1 through 5 up to this point, this section might make sense. If you have not and you kind of joined in the middle of it, the general basis is this is a game of a variety of different vignette stories. Everyone's got a story that leads them to finding, looking for answers either on, about, or around the Route Zero that happens to be in Kentucky. Hence, Kentucky Route Zero. I do not know or cannot even begin to tell you whether the zero is actually real or whether it's just kind of spiritual or like metaphysical or what. No clue. But everyone's story gets interconnected in some way, shape, or form as we process the story. We started off with Conway and his dog Blue, who met Shannon, right, who was looking for answers about Weaver, his sister, who Conway met. It's a ghost, we assume. Not really sure. We met Emily, Dawn, Ben, and Bob, who worked as weather people for the WEVP, who have worked on a variety of different stories that happen to all find this Weaver character. The only consistent thing I can think of in this entire game is that Weaver has appeared or has been appearing in some shape or form in every chapter. So my guess is maybe she's important for some reason, a linchpin for the entire cohesiveness of the story. I don't know. We've met the machine duo, Junebug, the singer. She's traveling now with us, and I think we just picked up a new character from last week, who I have actually literally forgotten. So this will be interesting. Kisara, it's mysterious and mystical. Exactly. Something along those lines. So ideally, we will use this to figure out what on earth this was all for. Now, like I said before, we finished all of the word titles before. Limits and demonstrations, the entertainment, here, there, along the echo, and un pueblo de nada. We've not finished this chapter. And it doesn't look like we can even get to it. So I'm clicking on it now, can't get to it. We then played 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we can get to 5. And that's it. So see, the bobby pin's not working. So it looks like I have to play the Roman numeral 5. And then maybe we'll get some more answers. This may go into tomorrow because up to this point, every chapter has been like 3 hours long. So just be ready. At this point, I give fair warning. The title says final chapters. If you had not known before, just be ready for just a lot of enjoy Kisara doing a show or storytelling in some way, shape, or form. That's the best I got. Now that that's disclaimers out the way, let's get started with Act 5. On this mysterious and mystical Act 5, Scene 1. I don't even know the title for it. A-Town. Very different from our town. I don't know if that's true. I'm hoping. Our town was weird. It's sad. Currently I'm looking at what looks like a lake flooding. Morning bird songs play. Someone's coming out of the barn. It looks like a horse is dead. He sighs. Oh, Ron. Ron sighs. I'll tell you why in just a second, K-Dog. Okay. So, Kisara, why you took my screaming sheet from me? Okay, so I actually did that on purpose. When I got through the first episode of Kentucky Route Zero, I realized this is not a game that I wanted to actually have interruptions like that for. However, they will be back as soon as this game is over. If you remember from the last stream, there is so much happening and there's so much flow that I thought I would actually prefer the game to actually be played in this case, or the story to be told and allow me the chance to tell it without the screaming sheep or the other channel point redemptions like that. So I promise you they will be back. The other part about that, when I told Pedro about it too, ideally I would like to update my channel point sound effects. So we'll see. I was playing with some ideas earlier, so I want to update them, and I wanted to make sure that this game had pretty much mostly just like interactions with chat interruptions, and that's about it. So enjoy the story, or enjoy what you can of it. Enjoy my storytelling, but yeah, no screaming sheeps for today. So, hi Pedro, how are you? Welcome in. I know. The sound effects is like one of the best parts of the channel points. I know. But for the moment, I want to get through the game. So, bear with me on that. We actually just came in, so we're here. It looks like everything's been flooded. This is Ron. Ron over here that we met back in chapter 3 at the news report. Let's see. The sheep scream will be perfect in this game. It will not be perfect in this game, and you know it. The sheep scream would 100% like distract me in every possible way. All right, so we have here, so Ron came out of the barn. I believe this is the barn that we saw back in chapter 3. Unfortunately, it looks like the horses that we saw there too are drowned. So let's see. It looks like this is a really bad flood. So Shannon has a choice of just give me a minute or that's everything, right? I guess just give me a minute. I think this is Shannon's past. She says, just give me a minute. Let's pick that. No, this is not Clara we met in the last episode. This is how Inside starts. Clara we met in the last episode, right? So we met her just before the alien skeletons took away Conway as a skeleton himself. All right, and then we took the truck. All right, so we brought everything up from the underground up to the surface, it looks like. So here we are. So Clara says, how did it all fit in the truck? Or, I'm afraid you carried more than your share. I'd probably go with the first one. So Clara says, how did this all fit in that truck? Shannon can say it's bigger on the inside because it's clearly a time and relative dimensions in space. A TARDIS. Go Whovians. Or it's so bright. Probably that. It's so bright. I almost forgot about daylight. Let's see. Clara can say the sun is shining, or Shannon can say I think it rained. And honestly, I think it rained is definitely something to say. It looked like it poured. But Clara's going to say the sun is shining. Let's see. The birds are singing. The flowers are opening. We are 100% ignoring Shannon at the moment, by the way. She keeps saying it rained. And we're just going to keep going with positives. Dew glistens on the grass. Ezra can say worms are going to be out for sure, or may I use your phone, Miss Shannon? Ezra, in my opinion, would say the worms are going to be out for sure. Let's see. Clara, by the way, in the last chapter that we played last week, or last Monday, I believe it was, on Monday, she's the theremin player. Remember, we played her song and interjected it with cats. So let's see. Have you ever heard a worm sing? You must hold it to the ground. It's very soft. The worm song is completely unique. So, where is 5 Dog would drive? Or, Shannon can say, I don't want to haul this stuff any further until you know exactly where we're going. Honestly, Shannon would probably interrupt. And then Ezra can say, I'll go scout ahead. Or Shannon can say, I think there's some houses over there. And honestly, Ezra would probably jump in too. I'll go scout ahead. That was a thing too. Hi, Gio. How's it going? And also, that actually caused me a little bit of jump as it goes. Hi. Thank you very much for your Prime sub. I really appreciate that. Welcome in. And I don't know. By the way, I wrote that, and it scared me. So now I'm jump scared at my own songs. They were just saying how like I was a bad person for letting my sound effects on my channel points go away, and then you subbed, and it gave me all the jump scare they ever wanted today. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, and Seabuzz is here too. Hi. Oh my goodness. How's it going today? I'll give this warning one more time. I know that this is going to cut the thing short, but because I only want to be able to interact with chat in this stream, that's all there is to it. We are playing a game called Kentucky Route Zero. If you've not played it before or you don't know what it's about, this is going to start confusing you. So I decided that this stream, or this set of streams for this game alone, is primarily storytelling, as opposed to try to help understand or like my platformers or my puzzles or anything like that. So come in, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. But if you don't know Kentucky Route Zero, haven't played before, you are going to probably, 90% guarantee, be lost. Make sense? And there's too many intricate stories in it to actually be able to even catch you up. That's how convoluted or even intricate the storyline is. So, let's see. Welcome in. I appreciate it. Especially Seabuzz. I hope you're doing okay, man. Let me know how you've been. I hope your work is going well. Gio, I hope your work is going well as too. I hope you guys had a wonderful start to the new year. It's really happy to have you here. At this point, I'm going to continue. We just came in on chapter 5. This is act 5 of 5. Right? So we're on the final chapters, like that chapter 1, that thing upstairs says. Siba says, I've been good, been working, so I don't have much time to watch these days. Hope you've been good too. Yeah, I've been great. And I was actually thinking about you guys, like at the start of the new year. Siba, Pedro, all you guys, and how you guys have join, especially you two. I think you two joined in when I played this War of Mine, which was a unique experience to join in on because I wanted to get a good ending. So I was like, huh, they joined in at like one of those streams I wasn't actually expecting people to join in on. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, this War of Mine. You remember that? Oh gosh. Gio says they let us go early today because we don't have work. Oh, that's good. Nice. Yeah, it was a good stream. I would bring it back if I didn't want to cry. I got the good ending. I'll have my happy ending. That's it. It's like the movie The Road. I stopped halfway because I was like, oh, good. We have a good ending. I'm not finishing this movie. It's going to end horribly. All right. So I'm going to continue on. I've given the warning. If you're going to come here, I'm going to continue reading the story because I want to continue the story on. But no, you may not know what's going on. You probably won't. And if it confuses you, 1 through 5 is on VOD. Feel free to watch those. Happy ending after. I got a happy ending. Everyone, first off, Paige, in this format, everyone came out alive. Everyone I started with came out alive. And I got to the end of the game without anyone dying. That's all I wanted. I had never gotten that in the hours and hours I spent on that game. Finally, when I streamed it, I got the happy ending I wanted, the achievement and everything. Yeah. No, everyone's like, as everyone kind of gets alive and the morale is kind of up, right? Like, I got the child to be, like, to have a playground in it and stuff like that. Everyone was there. Oof. It was hard, Pedro. It was hard. I'm still trying to get that 8 diamonds thing. That's my next one. I got to get the 8 diamond ones. Okay. I'm going to continue with the story. You all can chat. I'll catch up in just a second. Let's see. So, let's see. Eric's what's going to say. I'll count ahead. All right, holla if you find anything. So now we're here. It looks like we came back up. We got everything out of the truck up on land, but the land is totally flooded. No idea. It takes a couple tries before you can do that. I know. What was that? Oh, am I playing a cat? Okay, so this is Shannon. This is Ezra. This is Clara. This is Ron. This is a dead horse. I think this is Junebug and Johnny down here. Oh no, a dead cow. Okay, I'm playing the cat. So we're exploring with our dragonflies. The stay? The stray? Are you saying the stray? This is now the stray. So this is Junebug and Johnny straying to hear noises coming from the well. Johnny can say choice 1, that's weird, sleepy singing again, or 2, it's like people talking but not to each other. I think I want it to sound like sleepy people. So Johnny says, let's see, that's weird, they're sleepy singing again. Out of the 2 choices, I'm going to say 2 songs overlapping, but the same singers in each group. Now he's going to respond, you think the truck's okay down there? Because we had to leave the truck in order to bring stuff up. Junebug says, sure, I doubt the thief could get it started. Remember in the last episode, if you were there for the last episode, Conway left us his truck and then went away to pay off his indentured servitude to the alien skeleton people. The, what was it? High Water Brewery? It was the whiskey company that kept buying debts and people's servitude. So this is the cat. This is the well. I think we just came up from this well. We brought all the stuff. So here's the antique sofa, the chaise lounge, the seat, couch, the rug. Huh. That's all the cat sounds I can make. The scene expands out to looks like the house. Wait, the water's gone. Wasn't wasn't it just wet? Or is it just wet over there? Oh, it's just flooded on that side for some reason. Interesting. Oh, it's a beautifully drawn game. I love it. It's very pretty. But okay, so that's all flooding, so we can't take the cat that way. Ron says that's a darn shame, that's what you call it. Because it looks like his horse is dying. We distress Meow with Ron. Ron says to the cat, well, what do you know anyway? I'm sorry. I'm just upset. It's okay. We understand, Ron. So we reassure. Ron replies to that. You're right. Alright. We've reassured Ron. Unfortunate that his horse is passed, but I'm sure it'll be okay. We'll make it up this hill. Marianne. She says, so not too sad. Nikki says, no, I think it should be happy. Marianne says, right. It's a remembrance. Right. Like a monument? So, they should be represented with dignity and respect, of course. Of course, says Marianne. But not to the point where it feels like it makes everyone feel like they have to be serious when they're standing under it. Uh-huh. Does that make sense? Asked Nikki. Marianne says, no, yeah, it definitely does. I think I have the idea. I actually don't know who Marianne was, and Nikki is new too. She says, great. I'll just dig in. Thanks, Marianne. Happy to help. But I feel like we met these two in the museum. Now, the museum we met in Act 4. No, Act 3. Part 2. Right, so Act 3, the second half of that. So not the title version, but the number one. I think we met these two as people that live in these houses that get transported back to the museum of reclaimed homes or something. All right, now we're going to go over here. Oh, here's Ben. Here's Ben and Emily. Ben says, think it'll rain anymore? Bob says, nah. I don't see any clouds, says Emily. She worked for the WEVP, we found out in Act 2.1. Heck, it'll probably rain tomorrow anyhow. Just our luck. Every time it rains, she's always assertive meowing. It's always raining in that theater. Oh, really? She says to the cat. A confident meow. He thinks it's going to rain again tomorrow, too. Nah, says Bob. I don't know, man. Animals have a sense for the weather. So that's Bob, Emily, that we met in the WEVP TV studio that was raining, where Weaver did all of that stuff. In the background here, we see paints and chalk in a small diary in the large duffel bag. A stuffed dog in a small bag. A photograph of Chris in the large bag. No, in the small bag, Sandra couldn't decide. Should she keep the photo of her husband or should Alex keep the photo of his father? She dreaded the separation from her son. It was obviously punishment, even though Frazier insisted it was to help Alex develop independence and community ethics. She knew she was being punished for her complaints in the feedback circle, when she was the only one who dared to speak against butchering community goats. She'd seen the same thing happen to Isabel. Isabel. Where is she now? She and her children just disappeared into the woods. She set everything down, closed her eyes and massaged her temples, and wondered, not for the first time, how Frazier had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. How had he done it? Had he, in fact, done anything at all to claim his incredible lattice of influence, or had they simply blindly given it to him? I think Frasier was. I correct me if I'm wrong, Pedro. I think I might be, but I feel like Frasier we met in that alien skeleton location. We have some houses back here in the forest. Some triangle tent wear here. Let's see. There's some people here. Ezra's here. He says, "Will it still fly?" Clyde says, "Oh yeah. She just got banged up in a little in the store." They're talking about this plane over here. Clyde says, "I'll have her up and running again by this afternoon, I'm sure." Ezra says, "Oh, can I fly it?" "No, Ezra. You're 10 years old." All right, over here we have, it looks like some music. Oh no, look. For anyone that, I'm here, because for anyone that is like paying attention, Pedro, look, yep, with the group in the forest. Yeah. And if you see here, this is the WEVP trailer that we had in Act 3, the first one. Elmo gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting at the community college, so no surprises there. Oh, Nikki! She's the one that worked here. That's the one they were talking to. Marianne and Nikki, they worked in the WEVP studios. Okay, now I have remember who those two were. Back in Act 2, Part 1, they were there. Oh, sorry, Act 3, Part 1. So Nikki showed her the video data bank. James demonstrated the Sandin image processor. Then Ron, who we met earlier with the horse, came barreling in with an urgent expression. Let's do public broadcasting. Rita had entered the public broadcasting program at Fishtrap Lake Community and Technical College with a vague desire to be a newscaster. One of her instructors got excited about pirate television, and she followed threads through TV and activist communities until she found herself here, somehow volunteering at WEVP TV. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unraveling. Knew from experience what that looked like. Hey, Mad Matt, how's it going? So we're in the final chapters, plural, of Kentucky Route Zero. Like I said to everyone else that's kind of just joining, I really do appreciate you guys coming in. I think the story is beautiful. I think it's wonderful, but it is a lot. So if you get confused, I hope you at the very least just enjoy the story being told, if not necessarily understanding the full value of it. But for those of you who have been here, I promise you I'll freak out just like I did when we make discoveries. But I'll try to say where they were, when they happened. Maybe that will give some ideas to what's happening. So, I knew we'd make it. What chapter is? We'll see. There's 2 parts to it, so we'll see how this goes. I'm just glad to hang out. All right, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, my man. Welcome to my Theater of the Escape, Casual Corner. So Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unraveling, knew from experience what that looked like. But as she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. She studied their faces and found concern. For sure, but something like relief, hope, an awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might be daydreaming. Remember the power company that bought everything in town? From telephones to power to like people's lands? I even think that they're the ones that were running the museum, though I don't have any proof of that. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something of their own. Ron said the TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? All right, kitty cat, time to wake up. All right, so now we're playing a little kitty cat. A slow-mo crow. Right. That's the crow from the TV station. Not the land. Look, the power company was taking everything. Everything. All right, so we can't go that way. Kitty, we're going this way. Let's see what's happening over here. On this side, 6 or 7 men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from a ditch, and he could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them. Instead, he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as it shaped the trench. It was wet dirt. Mud, really. It made a hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. Alright, why are we building a trench? Glare from the noon sun made his sinuses tingle. The trench was a foot wide by now. By the time he was done, he expected it to be about twice that, and run most of the way from the middle of the town over to where it could drain off into the creek. The laughter quieted into greedy chuckles, and he could feel the men approaching. What? What did the power company do to this town? These are some awful people. Alright, there's some houses over here on stilts. Here's a church, as you do. Here's a waffles for any weather. First off, waffles should be for any weather. That is just a given. Waffles for every occasion. Waffles for every... Waffles for everything. Waffles for any weather. Waffles for any period. Waffles for any. Period. Oh, here's a conversation between these two. This looks like Marianne and Ezra. Yep. Let's see. So we have, it looks like Ezra, oh, sorry, it's Nikki. Nikki from the TV studio. So it looks like, I'm going to pick Ezra's conversation. So he's going to say, what kind of fish are those? All right. And then she can say, in response to that, they're goldfish. They eat algae and mosquito eggs. Very helpful. Sounds like a good job. Yes, it does. My job today is to write this poem. Or she can say, beats working for the power company. What brings you to town? I feel like in the swing of things, with who's in our chat at the moment, beats working for the power company. Insert whatever job you want for that. Matt says, there's no end to the seasonally appropriate waffles one could make. Right? Right? Spring waffles, winter waffles, summer waffles, waffles. Yes, waffles. Not fall waffles. 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 With lots of like gelatinous balls of maple syrup. Not quite like the ones they make at McDonald's, but still gelatinous balls using calcium alginate and all that kind of stuff. You get the idea. Okay, so continuing on, Ezra says, we're just dropping something off here. Let's see, Nikki will say, good luck, I'm off to work on my poem. Oh, is it happy or sad? Let's see, we can have her say I'd like it to be hopeful, or come by and hear it for yourself. Oh, she can say, I'd like it to be hopeful somehow, but it keeps coming out sad. Ha ha ha, because that, no, girl, positive. Come by this evening and hear it for yourself. Positive. Around this time of year, you can make them gingerbread flavored. Ooh. Gingerbread waffles. Ooh. All right, time to call up Sinfinity. Everyone that likes cooking, go check out Sinfinity, and everyone requests gingerbread waffles. Or like a cinnamon roll with the frosting or the syrup. Oh. Don't tempt me. Do not tempt me. Where's my mouse? I mean, where's my cat? So there's this broken down building over here. What is it? A parrot? What is this? Jorge scanned the shelf. He quickly found the book he was looking for. There were only a few dozen left. More shelves than books now, the result of an experiment called the News Selection. Privately, he called it the Purge. But only privately, in small groups of reliable complainers. The unspoken rule was to hold back criticism as long as possible. Experiments needed time to unfold naturally without the interference of doubt. Jorge would have preferred to complain more freely. Even the scheduled feedback circle sessions had been losing their teeth lately, he thought. A trend coincided with Frazier's increasingly central role in the community. Frazier proposed and executed experiments just like they were any other community member, but his experiments had scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of the community life to the next in search of access to cut back. Lately, he turned his scythe to the library. The new selection meant decimating their store of books according to Frazier's own inscrutable criteria. Now, we are guaranteed something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more time lost to printed chaff. Frazier's colorless voice echoed through George's mind. He felt like spitting. Instead, he tucked the book under his arms and set off for the woods. This Frazier character, not a fan. Or like, maybe something with white chocolate and candy cane, like peppermint bark? Oh, we greet someone. Meowing, of course. Oh, hi kitty. Where did you come from, eh? Follow a bird up here? We have another greeting. Oh, hi kitty. Alright. So we said hi to her twice. Oh. We have friendships over here. This is Ezra. And it looks like the girl, this Flora, I think it was. I think we met Flora in the museum and in the tunnels last episode. So I said, they must have been pretty nice pigs if they let you ride them like that.
I made myself as light as a feather, and they didn't even know I was there.
Oh, you're lucky.
That was only the beginning.
Or, here, for certain people's in the thing, Flora can respond instead.
I am always lucky. It's one of my qualities.
Drake. Let's see.
Then I found the library of television. There were TVs everywhere as soon as you walked in the door. Every channel was playing at once.
Yeah, let's gamble. Exactly. Let's see.
Each tiny hair in my ear canal was listening to a different TV.
Let's see. I can go with the nightmare route, or I kept hearing my name. Those are her two choices.
There were so many voices, I kept hearing my name, but I couldn't figure out which TV set it was coming from.
Ooh. Sounds scary, but also kind of cool.
Exactly. I'll take you there sometime if you want.
Let's see. She also says,
I was traveling with some strange companions for a while too, but not as strange as yours. Let's see. There was...
Let's see, a strange woman, who I think was a witch, is her choice one, or a white rabbit, which followed her for a while. You know what? I like rabbits. I like rabbits a lot.
There was a white rabbit that followed me for a while. Let's see. He had a collar with a name tag, like a cat or a dog, but it was written in a language I'd never seen before. By far, my most memorable companions were the Martians.
Choice two.
They were silly and lazy and I think a little drunk, but I found them charming in their own way in the end.
Let's see. Ezra will say in response, I hung out with an old dog and some musicians. Ooh. Her second choice is this.
Wow, I'm jealous, but I won't let it ruin our friendship.
Let's see. We should stick together.
I agree completely.
I don't know. I actually don't know if these are choices matter. I don't think they are, but I'm also just making choices like throughout this whole game. So there is that. Alright, if I keep walking around past the Waffle House, which is making me mildly hungry, what else can I find? Oh, we found people at the church. Oh, this building. They're here now. So it looks like we walked around the whole place and now we're here. So Shannon... Oh! Look, we finally found 5 Dogwood Drive! Well, the mailbox says 5 Dogwood Drive. Let's see. There's Ezra's choice or Clara's choice. Let's see. Is there any mail in there? Let's see. I'm going with Ezra's choices because I like Ezra's choices. Let's see. Like if someone wrote them a letter, maybe their name is on it. And now Emily just walked up. And Emily says, it just showed up. The house. Shannon has 3 choices. When, where, or who. If someone says just showed up, I would say when. Let's see. Sometime last night, I think. I never noticed it before. Okay, so this house mysteriously appeared. Here we go. Let's see what we come up with. eBay purchases in the mail. Look for eBay purchases. Let's see. Shannon says... Shannon can say it feels warmer somehow, or Ezra can say nobody lives here. And since we all love Ezra, and by we all I mean me, nobody lives here? Let's see. Well, someone ordered this furniture, says Shannon. Clara says it's actually quite spacious. Ezra, of course. Yeah, you could fly a plane in here. Let's see. Shannon says it feels warmer in here somehow, right? Clara can say, strangely comfortable. What this town needs is a kitchen, is what Clara can say. And she does, because that's what I'm picking. Ezra says, oh yeah, somewhere to cook all the beans. Clara can respond, we could rebuild the garden, grow some vegetables. Shannon says, how about tomatoes? I saw the amount of down tomato plants out there. Or Ezra can chime in about mushrooms, because Ezra went mushroom shopping last episode. Mushrooms won't grow here because there's too much light. Clara, let's go Shannon this time. Shannon says, how about tomatoes? I saw some down tomato plants out there. I could set up a workshop here. I could fix TVs again or whatever people need. Heck, I could fix toasters. Clara says, I'd love to perform in a place like this at sunset. Because she's a theremin performer. Johnny says, I kind of feel like I'm on stage right now, actually. You know what I mean, ma'am? Junebug responds, yeah, but who's the audience? Everybody's leaving. Let's see. Ooh, we could put on a play for all the animals, says Ezra. And then Johnny can jump in with that one. Oh, I'd like to see that. We saved what we could. Hey, Cat, I'll race you. Suddenly, that's what we have. From here to that pile of mail, okay? So look like they're bringing some... What? What pile of mail are we looking at? Come stand here. This is the starting line. Ready? Get set. Go! Where's the pile of mail? What are we talking about? What, this one over here? Oh, I guess Ezra won by the fact that he knew what the race was. He goes, wow, you're pretty fast. I'll get you next time. Wait, so is this the mail for that house? Okay, so we raced. We greet Shannon. Shannon says, oh, hi, kitty. Now we're chatty meows.
Yes, it's a beautiful day. I guess the weather was pretty bad last night, huh? We confidently meow. You're a chatty one, aren't you? Oh, but we're fanciful now. Sure, whatever you say. Alright, well, take it easy. That's a conversation we all have with cats, by the way. I guess we'll keep running. See what else we can explore. There's a big bell here. Okay, so there's all this. We can't go that far, so we'll come this way. Let's see, that's Ron. Hitching that dead horse out of the water. Let's see. Ron can say choice 1 or choice 2. I'm gonna say choice 2. I'm just curious, I guess. I know them pretty well by now, but I'd like to have known them better. Let's see. There's one I think called Jorge. He left us some clues in books a while back. Oh, Jorge from the TV! Right, he worked the TV station too before other people showed up. Right. Alright. No! Oh my gosh, Jorge, he's the one that talked too much on the radio. Remember they had that call in, and he would be like, "Hi everybody, how's it going? Here's my dog's thing today," and everything else, and I just saw this little thing of the soup, and my SpaghettiOs came out all right. He was the one, the caller that would call in and whatnot. Okay, anyway. So Ron says, sometimes Rita finds a book from the old library and we leave it out for him. I think he likes that. Well, I imagine he likes it anyway. Let's see. To tell you the truth, I feel a little bad. I won't be here to care for them anymore. Isn't that something? Clara is next in this conversation. That's who we're talking to. She says, for me, it's back on the road. A performance in Nashville. Let's see. Play music with a friend. Or I have a gig at an art gallery. The idea is to play the theremin for 24 hours uninterrupted. It will be difficult, but rewarding, I think. That'd be awful. My hands would die. But with everyone gone, who will feed these ghosts? Says Ron. Okay. No clarifications whatsoever, but apparently people are leaving the town or something. Oh, let's see. Who are these two? This Ezra. Let's see. There's really never been a road to this place? Let's see. He's talking to the crow. The crow can do gentle cooing or anxious scraping noises. And you know what? Gentle cooing. Oh, the cue's for me. Why do I do my own sound effects? Let's see. That's what I figured. Let's see, a few chitters. Also, I made pigeon sounds, didn't I, instead of crow sounds? I can tell that I'm clearly an excellent bird watcher. I'm just saying. Why? So, let's do a series of chitters. More Kisara sounds. Let's see. I guess we could, but it sounds like a lot of work. Let's see. One confident caw. Okay then. Guess we better get started. Well, at least you understand what's going on over there. What's here? This is... Oh! Something to see here. This seer reclined in a high tree, carving fine details into a small wooden pipe. She'd done the bulk of the carving over hazy mornings with the stonewalker. He smoked constantly. She only smoked when she was happy, or very sad, or bored. From this height, she could see the earth mover shaping the mounds under the draftsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he paid from her game, the map. Is there anything up here at this house? This cat runs fast. Come, kitty. Alright, let's see. What else can we explore here? Anything new pop up? All this is still here. Oh, Marianne clears her throat. So Marianne's over here. Let's see. Who's here on the bench? Well, hello, says Marianne. Marianne nudges Wanda gently. Where's Wanda? Where did we see Wanda at? Wanda, time to wake up. Nope, dead to the world. I'll just try again later, I guess. Okay. I don't remember Wanda. From what I can tell, as I should have pointed this game, is to play it in a way where you just forget little details and you kind of find it along the way. Something to see here now. The radio plays softly in the hangar. Is she a fish? Yes, and this is a William Faulkner play. No, I'm not gonna lie. Now that I think about it, this feels very much like an As I Lay Dying kind of book. Wanda, I am a fish. Chapter done. Also, I'm not a big Faulkner fan, but I really did enjoy As I Lay Dying as a book. The Sound and the Fury as a book, As I Lay Dying. For some reason, people sometimes think like the reverse. Sound and the Fury is a great book, and As I Lay Dying is like the weaker of the set. I'm the opposite from some other people. Not all, but some. Okay. At first, they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day. When everyone was at the plant, they let it sit overnight, alone and strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. I like Elmo. Let's do Elmo. He thought it was elegant. He liked the idea of passing it every day, observing it from different angles and distances. He didn't care if they used it or not. Anyway, there weren't any roads into town, unless you maybe counted an old airstrip. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent on addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe finally get started on that darn Messianic ditch. Still, they had a few things to dispose of. Broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, someone in the shadows would come in the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. Huh. Do you like the Sound and the album, Sound and Fury album by Sturgill Simpson? I do not know this one. Madman bringing the jukebox out. Let's see. There's Junebug and Clyde. It ain't like it used to be around here, I'll tell you that. It never is, responds Junebug. Let's see. You're right about that. Cass always used to say. Oh, you miss her, huh? Yeah, post a sample in the Junebox. I want to hear it. Ah, she was a kind woman, that's for sure. I try to keep her alive in my day-to-day. Let's see.
Huh. There was one thing that Cass always insisted on about this place. No roads leading in or out. Heck, we could always fly. Did Cass always make that decision? So no roads because Cass said so. Well, that's a choice. Oh, here's Emily. Emily says, "What's this?" Okay, we hear a meowing. We curiously meow. Oh man, it's totally broken. What is totally broken? Waterlogged tapes. They might still play. Who knows? But all the VCRs are shot. Sad meow. I don't even know where to put all of this. I hate to call it trash. A part of... I wonder if that garbage truck still works. A part of me thinks it ends up in like the museum that we started Act 4 in. Sorry, Act 1 in. Oh, you guys here now? What's going on here? Nikki says, "Until it finally just gave way. But you did good work. It's not your fault. They didn't let you finish, that's all." Who was she talking to? If they let you finish... Oh, forget about it. This place would be as dry as a bone. You always did good work. Inquisitive? It's a memorial. Oh, is that like the ditch digger? Was he trying to build a trench to bring water to the town? Alright, what's happening over here? Rita tore up weeds. Elmo stood next to her with a bucket. She passed him a few uprooted weeds, and then he stuffed them in the bucket. They worked this way for a few hours. Dark clouds drifted slowly closer, but wouldn't arrive until evening. Rita and Elmo left to get some tea. The bucket of weeds sat warming in the sun. The dandelions wilted and the clover dried. Some wayward insects continued to eat. When Rita and Elmo returned, they assumed the same roles and continued working. The garden was coming along well, as they could hope. Given the months of neglect, when the plant shut down, the company abruptly pulled out all of the area and took a large part of the town's population with it. This included the Carver family, who had tended this garden with the largest and most productive in town for years. Rita and Elmo worked until it rained. The rain washed their sweat into the dirt. So it looks like this was like a power plant company town. And then when the company goes, the town goes. Don't you hate those? Company towns. Neglected towns. Let's see, anything to be had at the church? Nope, cool. Anything to be had at Waffles? We like waffles. Waffles are cool. Oh, there's people here. Let's see. Look at this place, the library. What a mess. Let's see. I feel like I should give you a tour, but let's skip to the good part. Any questions? Ezra says, was it for people or animals? Ezra has a lot of choices. They have a secret name or just a regular one? What kind of parties did they have here? Let's do people or animals. People at first. A group of utopian social experimenters. They kept their books here, and I think it was kind of the heart of their community. Let's see. My friend Bert says the work of history is to find the unasked questions. Let's see. She can go with the Chinese wall was finished, where the Masons go, or Caesar beat Gauls.
Was there not even a cook in this army? She's got a choice. I'm going with number 1 because it's easier to read. I also posted a fun music video from the same album, Jabrowski's channel. Okay, cool. Looking forward to seeing that too. Let's see. In the evening, when the Chinese wall was finished, where did the masons go? Yes. This is a special place. I feel a little guilty. Let's see. Or her choice 2. She can say, you'd fit right in here. Sure, it's a mess right now, but there is some residual energy from those fearless experimenters that I don't think will ever dissipate. Let's see. I could stay here. Junebug and Johnny walk up. Oh, hi. Aren't you... Junebug says, yes, I am. Oh, we were talking about the library. Rita can say to Ezra, is this your family? Or are you in the band? Or friends of yours? I'll say, is this your family? Let's see what happens. Because we talk about family a lot with Ezra. Is this your family? Let's see. Ezra can look at Junebug. Johnny can look at Junebug. Sorry, Ezra can look at Johnny. Johnny can look at Junebug. Junebug can look at Ezra. Ezra looks at Johnny. This says, what do you say, kid? Let's see, he can say, yeah, this is my family now. Oh, I guess we've made it at the point, or this point. Ron dug a grave. Blackout. Okay, so we have all this stuff happen like every new set. Interesting. Rita is saying, the city of ladies. Interesting. Alright, let's see here. This is Elmo. At the Waffle Cafe, because better believe we're going to have some waffles. Let's see, and ever since, I've just been treating it like a little cafe for the town. Oh yeah, you like to cook? Let's see. Sure, I'd make you some waffles that'll blow your mind if the power was back on. Let's see. We can, first off, pass your recipes on. Pass your recipes on. Like when you're ready, just do it. I just saying. Just pass them on. You just do it. I know we've had like some older folks that's like passed away in our lifetime, and it's like, I wish I knew how to make your sweet potato pie like you did. That'd be great. Pass them on. Pass those recipes on. We want it to keep moving. Elmo's gonna do that because I said so. If you want, I'll promise to keep it a secret. I'll pass my recipe before I head out. Johnny can say I don't really eat. That's not true. We love waffles in this channel. Not like extremely, but we love waffles. Do all these choices affect how the story ends? I don't know, actually. It seems like it has that possibility, but I don't actually know if that's a choices matter kind of thing, because that's not actually how it's presented as a game. So I'm not really sure. I just know I make choices, and then we can kind of go from there. So we'll see, assuming we get to the end of chapter 5.2. Mama says, the secret to sweet potato pie is heavy cream and black pepper. Huh, okay. I actually don't make sweet potato pie. That's not one of the recipes I actually make. I don't know. I like other people making it for me. So when I say, like, pass them on, I don't mean pass them on to me. Because I may never do it. I like knowing, but that's more than likely. I'll be like, Sinfinity, can you make this with a lot of cream and black pepper or something? Like, that's what I would do. I'm like, hey, let's send everyone over to that channel. Oh, my gosh. Okay, why so secretive is the question now. And if we take the Kung Fu Panda route, the mystery adds to the flavor. Let's see. He's not sticking around. We ought to just set this place on fire. No, there will be power. I'm sure someone will figure out how to put, like, electricity through lemons. That would be enough lemons to power everything that's bigger than a battery. Okay. Well, I know I'm not sticking around. You think you'll do anything with this place? Johnny says, um, we'll think of something. What are the acoustics like? I mean, I can see them doing that. Is that a waffle on the table? What is that? Is that a cupcake? Is that the Leaning Tower of Pisa? I'm just playing the game, guys. I don't know. 3A, lay paper flat. 3B, bring bottom left corner up to right corner. 3C, crease with firm, steady pressure along diagonal fold. Nikki applied pressure, only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrists. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift, and she made dozens of flowers. Ron had bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. 11. Repeat step 4A to 7 for each petal, taking care not to rip the filaments from step 9. Who did the praying show up? Pretty! Hi! We were just talking about waffles, and now we're talking about flowers, and William Faulkner, and a bell, and a library, and a dead horse, a cat that has a lot of conversations to be had, and flooding, non-flooding, trucks, underground, and alien skeletons. That caught you up, right? We're good? Good. Excellent. welcome into the show. We're playing Kentucky Route Zero. I give this heads up to anyone that shows up, just because it's always good to do. I'm at the final stages of this game. There's like 2 chapters left, and we're very excited to get to the end of it. I am thinking this story is absolutely gorgeous. I think the artwork is beautiful. But if you have not seen the previous streams of this one, I have no doubt that you are probably going to be a little lost, or a lot lost, or very lost even, as we continue this. So if you stick around, I greatly appreciate it. No, I greatly appreciate it, but know that you stick me around mostly for expressive storytelling. So I hope that's okay. And yeah, I'm just looking to see what honestly answers we're gonna get for this. All right, so she's making a petal. I don't know if anyone's ever made a flower arrangement before. The detail, not like the with real flowers you make bouquets. Fake flower arrangement is a lot of work. Being able to wrap the fabric and then wrap the stuff around it and then bend it and all that kind of stuff. We actually did that with grew up with a Thai. Grew up like for family friends, our best friends with the Thai family. So grew up with a Thai family alongside our Filipino family, and they made those like really nice small thin flowers that have like the little tiny buds and like some fabric roses and stuff. And we learned to do it. So I can actually do it. It's a lot of time spent into it. So when it says not to rip the filaments from this spine and this spine and to do it a certain way, so you get, it's no joke, and it's a lot of work. I enjoyed it, but it's one of those jobs. It's one of those like things I give credit where credit's due. If you do it for a living, kudos to people that create fabric flowers, because it's by hand. It's amazing. The company store used to have dedicated staff until the civic responsibility plan a few years back. Now, everyone took 1 or 2 shifts a week on a mandatory volunteer basis. Yamava. There we go. I feel like someone at your I'll read it again for your own benefit. The company store used to have dedicated staff until the civic responsibility plan a few years back. Now everyone took 1 or 2 shifts a week on a mandatory volunteer basis. The commotion outside caught Nikki's attention. Men yelling, blows, landing. She put down her work and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. I am doing well, thank you very much. Let's see, we have a curious meow. Something brown scurries up the side of the tree.
Again, a squirrel. Oh, too fast to tell. Oh, goodness. There's some fabric orchids in the lobby where I work. I only realized what were fake when I went to water them. That's what I'm saying. It's like if they get it to the point where it actually looks legit, and it's like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, fabric. It's really cool. It just takes a lot of practice and a lot of time, but the end result is absolutely stunning. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm putting the be right back screen just for literally 30 seconds. Or less. Okay, here we go. So now we are going to kitty cat explore some more. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What's new? What's new to see? Aside from this town is clearly falling apart. All right, looks like they're actually putting all the stuff inside the house, the house that we saw. All right, here's Emily at the recording at the TV studio. Let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what that was, and then I saw that it was actually the plane. All I heard was like that, and I was like, "What was that?" But it's the plane. Oh, let's see. I guess the plane started up. Let's see. Emily says, "I'll take the first option." Yeah, I'll miss them for sure. Beautiful creatures. And so thoughtful. Oh, she's talking to Junebug. I thought she was talking to the projector, which was going to be weird. Let's see. Junebug says, yeah, I bet. Where do you think you'll go? Let's see. Yeah, hard to say. Everybody's leaving. Not that I blame them. That's the hardest thing about keeping up an artistic community alive. Just getting people to show up. Whoa, look at this. Emily pulls a videotape out of the rubble. Let's see. Or a slate adorned with a partial circuit diagram. Or a broken projector. Any of these three things. Let's pull a piece of slate adorned with a partial circuit diagram. Let's see. Oh! This is a part of James's schematic for the Sandin image processor. Oh! This was valuable information. She also pulls out a videotape. Let's see. Junebug asks, home movies? Let's see. Probably some weird art video, statistically speaking. Very little I can salvage here. It wouldn't mean anything anyway. It's a kind of a package deal. You need the tapes and the station and the people. If one part is missing, the whole thing falls apart. It's very Emily Blunt, I feel. Madman is doing well. Plenty of time. How are you? We are going to kitty cat our way through the town. Ezra is saying to the pilot right now, he says, where are you flying to? Clyde says, flying? I'm just checking to make sure everything works. Ezra says, you could fly her somewhere if you wanted to, though, right? He says it again because we walked away too far for the conversation to continue. Clyde says, of course. ... So why don't you? An excellent question, honestly. Here's Ezra. Here we go. Keep your distance now. And here's Clyde, gracefully dodging the question. I guess he just turns it on and Oh, he's flying. He should probably not get run over. Is he flying or is he just driving the plane forward? Like a car. Not, not gonna get a lot of height going 4 miles an hour. I think you need speed to get the plane to actually move there, Clyde. Huh. Chris. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of the light aircraft. Cass shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters. I guess they're talking about these two memories right here. Cass played cards and told fortunes with the same deck. Sometimes she'd switch it up mid-game or mid-divination until you never knew whether you were winning or losing. Or if good luck in the game might mean bad luck in some other part in your life. She predicted the decline of the circus, of course, and nobody had believed her. Demand for aerial stunts having faded almost completely and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found the remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work delivering mail to remote rural areas. But this place was abandoned. Cass's card predicted that they'd be here for quite a while. That's a land plane. It fuels up and drives around on the ground. Oh, is it? Oh. Okay, so it's more like okay, so it drives like a wide car. So I guess that would make sense if it would be, but oh, I'm looking at you like you're over here. But wouldn't that mean like, okay, so the story just told us that they use it to get like mail going back and forth, but wouldn't you need like, you know, roads? There's no roads to this town, so how are they actually doing any traveling to deliver anything? How would you use a land car to drive if there's nowhere to drive on? Or can it drive on land as long as it's an open field? Kind of thing. Also, I am here to learn new things always. That being said, I still think going faster than 4 miles an hour would be a good idea. So let's see. Rita's here at the church. She says, even I could live here like at this place. Yeah, too drafty. I moved out one winter and never looked back. Shannon responds, it gets cold. Sure, when the sun goes down. Nice old church, though. Really nice. Could make a nice workshop. There you go. I mean, the church is abandoned. You might as well use it for something else. Those stones make excellent fireproofing. Alright, so we'll go this way. Oh no, we can't go that way. Alright, so we talked to everyone at this spot. We did all of that. We're over here. So let's see what we can find this way. Oh, here's the bell. This is Ron with the bell. Bell rings loudly. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Let's see, where's Ron walking to? Oh, for the ceremony to bury the horse. These are the two horses we saw at the beginning of the game. Hey, you all. Thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've got places to... Well, if anyone still needs somewhere to go, be sure to speak up, all right? I think Ron's heading through the woods tonight. Back to the road if you want a caravan. You staying, Em?
No, I'm heading out too. Let's see. We're going to help James move the image processor to a safe place on the river somewhere. For now, for right now though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbors.
Now, for this section, the neighbors were the horses in this barn. We talked about them in Act 1, and we talked about them in Act 3. They were the two, like, long-standing horses.
Nikki has a poem. I have a song. If anyone wants to say something, though, I'll go first.
Is this a song? Okay. I'm gonna read it.
The neighbors were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one on the woods by, Why didn't anybody ever give them names? The silver one, well, I guess he was gray, but his coat looked silver in the light. So I always called him that in my head. And the other one is the other one. And I love these horses. But you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. I'm so sorry. Silver one and other one. I'm sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserved better names. Also, I'm so sorry. I am bad at this. Anybody else have anything to say?
Let's see. Ron can speak, Elmo can speak, or Rita can speak. Let's get Ron. Ron was the one that actually took the most care of the horses, I think. I've got something to say. I just want to say, these horses used to crap on my floors. But it never bothered me too much. I never mentioned it to anyone, but I didn't want to make a thing out of it. But if we're clearing the air, well, that happened. And it's okay. I mean, recently too, I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple of days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. It would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just wanted to say that. I would have cleaned up after any of you if you crapped on my floor. I will say this. That is that is quite the sentiment. I know, Pedro. It's a very sad section here. Ron would not mind if you crapped on his floors because he would clean it up anyway. That is something. And that is something that Ron seems like it was something he would say, if anyone remembered Ron from Act 3.
Thanks, Ron.
Let's see, Elmo or Rita? Let's do Rita.
We didn't give them names because their names weren't ours to give. The horses were here before us, you know. They came with the people from Central America. You know, the Utopians. The people of nothing. The people of nothing arrived by horseback in October, and their first experiment was to free the horses. That was generations ago. People and horses. I don't even know when we started calling them the neighbors. We should have called them the people, I think. They were the only consistent residents of this place for over 100 years, and now they're all gone. Who are the people now?
Okay,
I guess we'd better move on. Nikki, you ready?
So Nikki's got her poem.
She says, thanks for sticking around. Like Emily said, it's so good to have you all here for this. The neighbors would have liked this, all of us gathered here. They like to be around people. Maya, you and our other visitors might not know much about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company, to dig a ditch, and the company worked him good and hard for less than he was worth, but it wasn't enough. They had used him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable, first out of shame, then grief, then anger. This is a poem for the neighbors, but it's also for this town. Yeah, we're gonna bury this town today when we bury the horses. It's the same thing. We're going to bury these horses, and what do you think will happen next? We'll all walk out into the woods and leave this place empty. No. I guess some of us might stay and build again. That's all right. It couldn't be me. But to try is your birthright. If you do stay, you'll be building on top of a grave. But that's true anywhere. The whole world is built on top of graves. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. Nikki clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding. Oh, this is the poem she was writing in Act 3 when she first came to the studio. Remember? She was coming in, she's like, I gotta get that poem done. What? Okay, I'm gonna read the poem and then I'll go from there. Let's see. I think that I'll pick just choices. We'll just go from there. I think that grass will never grow again. Here where it grew so sweet, now only clay, will rise to meet the morning air. Who would eat grass now when our neighbors sleeping lay? She can close her eyes for a moment, direct her attention at Shannon, or tremble. Oh, probably tremble. Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so to be better selves, clear of ourselves, where we can see their glory glow. They glow now underground, our friends with love. To greener pastures we might say, but lie. So let me try instead to share your woe. In distant valleys home to better friends, may yet someday a new grass hail grow. Then we buried the horses.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life, a beautiful place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray, just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to Him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet Him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet Him face to face in glory at last. while trusting the soaring demon love. I'm going that way.
You can see multiple people
I'm
joining.
going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just sing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
And the ghosts, one by one, disappear. I guess we'll follow the people. What? What was that? What? Where are we? So many wet, slappy footsteps. What happened here? Casual guitar picking. There's a fade out. Blackout. The end. Achievement unlocked. Look for me under your boot soles. I still can't do it? It was a very pretty ending, and now I am thoroughly confused. Okay. So there's a couple of things that I was seeing about that. Okay, so you had what's it called? Okay, so I was kind of like geeking out a little bit because back here in the, I believe right here in the entertainment and this section over this side here, Nikki came in and she was like, I need to finish this poem. We didn't hear that poem until here in Act 5, clearly. Okay, so now my question is, interestingly enough, I still can't unlock this chapter here. And I'm not entirely sure how I would go about doing that. So this is, if I did this, that's a restart. If I did this, all of these are restarts, which means I've done them at this point.
can't do this. Interesting. So I guess my next question would be, do I go and restart an act and see what we come up with? Because I kind of don't want to do that. All right. I don't want to do it because I don't want to start it and have to go through it again, knowing it took 3 hours to get through it the first time. As we go, at the same time, I want to know how to unlock the other ones. Huh. You can't go backwards. You can only go forwards. That's totally fine. I guess I can finally catch up. Huh. So I know there's this. Interesting. Interesting. All right, so now my next question I have to actually figure out is, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I replay it? Do I catch you? Do I catch you all up in the hopes that maybe? Huh. Let me think on it. I need to go grab a drink and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Drake says, is it something we can Google spoiler free? No, don't Google it. I have a feeling you cannot possibly spoil for free this game. You can just be confused. Don't look it up. I'm not doing that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start it over from the very first time. So I'm gonna go back, not to this act. Is it this one or is it this one? I think it's this one. Or was it this one? No, actually, I think it's this one. Hold on, let me look at my achievements real quick. Okay, no. I think... When did I unlock? This one was second. So, okay, this one. I need to do this one. Okay, right? I wanted to see which one I finished first. And I'll go back to that one. So I finished the limits and demonstrations I unlocked on December 28th. And Act 1 was December 21st. So I'm going to go back and we're going to start at Act 1 and restart it. Okay, here we go.
And then hopefully, maybe I'll get an answer. If I don't, I'm not playing the whole thing again. Here's Act 1, Scene 1. I think. Here's hoping. I don't know. Equus Oils. Okay. This is the beginning. This is going all the way back to the very beginning, the very first stream last year. Okay. I think we're okay. No, we're not. We're just restarting the whole thing again. Alright. Here's our dog. An old hound and a straw hat. Both have seen better days. That's our truck. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the words Lisette's Antiques. Furniture, glassware, curiosities. If we walk, we see the attendant. Joseph sits behind gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. We'll talk to him. He says,
Darren, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles, I don't know. Beer, whiskey, lost tire, something, spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a darn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name?
It's Blue. This dog is Blue.
Blue sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to have a dog like that. Here's some jerky for the Blue. I made it myself. Don't turn out too well, but I bet the dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck.
Alright, I've been looking for Dogwood Drive for 6 episodes.
You got a job you pay to do, maybe get some rest in there, have a drink, then be back on it. That's the dignity and the rhythm.
So where is it?
Listen, you and Blue had been driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood's on the other side of, well, to get there you gotta take the 0. The 0 is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up the directions. You'd have to head down to the basement first and reset the circuit breaker with the circuit breaker first. I'd be happy to have those whining lights back up anyway. Too quiet out here. Basement door is in the back office. Appreciate your help, friend. And oh, here, take this lamp. It gets a little dark.
Is there an answer over here? Anywhere? Nope. Alright, let's try the basement. If this actually does turn out to be literally the same beginning, then I must be missing something. Right, here's the basement, people. Can't go past the basement, people. Let's see. A busty roasted sign is boiled onto the wall. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near gasoline. 2. No consumption of beer or on the spirits on the premises. 3. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax. Count backwards from 5. Strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes every hour. Okay, I think this is actually repeating the episode. So let me see this real quick. My Bureau of Secrets. No. Give me my ephemera. Alright, here's 5 Dogwood Drive, Marquez Farmhouse, 0 on the map, storage facility, find the crystal, Treeman's house, follow the Green River. So we have all the stuff from before. Shannon Marquez, how to play the theremin, harder than it looks. We have a logbook. Breakfast all ashore, tide all back, darn good. Iquitos, 4 ashore, 4 back, got a weepy. And we got some keys. Looks like keys to the truck. Huh. Okay, well, let's go through it and see what we come up with. Maybe I'll find something new. So here, at this point, we meet the people in the basement. Emily, Ben, and Bob, if you haven't seen them yet, Emily was the English woman that you saw before, sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Conway clears his throat. Have you all seen the breaker box down here? To Bob, Emily says, did you hear something? Bob says, nope, sorry, I was looking at the rules again. Ben says, it ain't easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. Bob replies, so it's your turn now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Where'd you put that 20-sided die? I don't see it. Did you drop it? It should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. And then we turned off our thing. Walked this way, found the game piece, picked up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has a reassuring, almost comfortable weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. And then we turn on the lights. We go back to return it to them. And they are not there. Folding chairs arranged around the worn card table. They are empty. Conway... I think last time I placed it, I'll just keep it. Conway keeps the 20-sided die in his pocket and walks away. But we found the breaker. Alright, everything seems to be working. So we exit. Question mark for what, Drake? Alright, so now we got lights working here. Joseph, there it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. Alright, I better get directions and head to the 0 if you don't mind. Where they went? I don't know. They disappeared. They're gone was all I could say. They're gone. I turned the lights off, on, they're gone. So the computer's in the office. You're looking for Marquez. She knows her way around those roads. She'll get you to the 0. The password is, darn, I used to feel it out, muscle memory, you know. It's kind of long, kind of like a short poem, I think. Like one of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. Yeah, we saw that the first time and it was like, really? Alright, so we have the computer. Alright. Typing. We'll type Joseph. Password. Let's see. Things that sum it all up. Literally, everything we've done so far. I talk and listen to him talking. Let's see. Nobody saw the accident. Let's see. The lights whine. Password accepted. How's it going in there? Figuring it all out? Sure you are. Alright, now we're looking for address book. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Oh, right. No, we're looking for Marquez. If you want to know what the other things say, refer back to episode 1 of this game. Alright, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 665 and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. Got it out there in Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, while you're down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. I borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago, and now the power is all weird and I here can't pick anything up. But static and public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'd want it back at home. It's a nice TV. Alright, so now we're gonna leave. We're gonna talk to Blue, though. Take it easy, Blue. We're gonna talk quickly to Blue. Get in the truck. Conway has places to go. Oh, but you know what? Actually, guys, I think the only thing I didn't do the first time we played was come back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find Mimi. No, not Mimi. Suddenly I was like Mimi Marquez from Rent. Tonight. Like that. But we're going to find Weaver Marquez. Which was over here somewhere, if I recall. Oh, we can look at this. Let's see. 65. Turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree. Here's a burning tree. I'll read it for you guys, if that's new. A tall black oak burns on the hill above the road. It's on the fire. Always. And now we're at the Marquez Found House. Alright, Act 1, Scene 2. Alright, we're gonna take it easy, Blue. So I guess we just head up the path. Let's see. Keep an eye on the truck. Alright, so we're just gonna make our way up past a single solitary street lamp. There's a graveyard here. I'll read it for you guys. A family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with surnames of the unfortunate. Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. Alright, we're gonna go inside the house. We're gonna turn on the light switch. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Do you happen to see an owl? I didn't see an owl. I know. I saw it out the window once. Big, ugly thing. All sound and fury. Well, it's gone now. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed, and we built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? Delivery for a small antique truck. I believe it's hard times for a small antique shop. It's hard times everywhere, even out here on our little farm. My parents stopped paying the bank a while back. I shouldn't even be here, but I stayed. I have some notebooks. I'm only a little bored. I might prefer to watch TV occasionally. Actually, I have a TV right here. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The 0. I know. Alright, we set up the TV by placing it on the table. She needs a streamer job. She'll be a little hard pressed for that, I think. So for those of you that came in at the second here, you see these 2 horses? These are the neighbors. Weaver says, that's not how it's supposed to look. You made a mistake in setting it up. It's a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it that wouldn't allow you to watch television? Let's see. I think I went with radioactive last time. Let's go with Ma. Ma thought she heard ghosts in the static. I know about that. She was ill, wasn't she? Mentally, I mean. Kind of distant, fearful? No, things just had to be a certain way. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention. Now, Conway, look at the television. Alright, we look at the TV. We'll zoom in on the barn. And there are the neighbors that we buried today. The last stream, we drove everywhere to kind of explore. So we actually explored the whole area. We got a lot of stuff discovered, but we never revisited some of our old places. I think the only thing we revisited in that was the farmhouse here. So I want to try going back to the oil place because it's the only one with the horse, right? And since Kentucky Road Zero has a horse on the front of it, I might as well visit it twice. Hey, wake up. You spaced out there for a minute. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now I think it's mostly spiders. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well,
She used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. Let's see. So I really just need to get to the 0. Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the 0. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV. But I'll get you headed that right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on the 65 heading north. Then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the 0 will be basically inevitable. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. We come back. And she's gone. And this house is practically in shambles. And there's cobwebs everywhere. And it looks like no one's lived here for years. Yeah. Is your head in the thing already? Alright, so we leave the TV here. I'll look at the sink. An abandoned spiderweb stretches across the bottom of a saucepan. A skillet is seasoned with dust. Exactly, Drake. Also, what's your head and your hands doing? Oh, we can just go direct into the truck. So I'll make our way back to this dejected housing with the graveyard and everything, and we'll make our way to the Bedquit Ramblers play You've Got to Walk. Conway says to Blue, "There are some horses out behind the house. I guess they don't sleep in the barn. Must be full of gear." We just saw a ghost, and this is the perfect song for it, Drake. Don't you worry. When she's dying, just before. Okay, going in the truck. That lonesome valley. Alright, so now, let's see what happens if we go back to... This is the only place we didn't actually revisit. We visited here, we revisited there, we revisited here. But we didn't revisit here, and I kind of want to see what happens if we do. Maybe that's the change. Oh! There's another scene. What happened? Act 1, Scene 3. Eckes Oils. Oh, hey! Yeah, there's something new. First, we talk to Blue. Conway scratches behind Blue's right ear and says, "Take it easy, Blue." And we do. Oh, we can talk to Blue some more? Alright, how's it going, Blue? How about a treat? Here's some jerky from that gas station attendant. He's a bit odd, isn't he? I guess the night shift will do that to ya. I feel like some people know what the night shift is like. Take it easy, Blue. Alright, so there is this guy here in Antlers. Joseph and the Stranger. We look first. A man with a large pair of antlers slung over his shoulder is speaking with Joseph. Alright. Ooh! Achievement unlocked! Finding Kerrigan! Joseph says, "And that's only a few miles outside of Hoganville anyway. I don't think you could do much better for accessibility. They got that new gas station if folks get lost."
But maybe they should feel lost, Joseph. Just as lost as when they were already lost. Just like the poor itinerant Silas, wandering the road looking for a home.
Well, that's the way to look at it, I guess. Oh, well, hello. I heard that old truck rumble up. How's Blue? Say, maybe you can help with this fellow. He's looking for, A venue? Is that how you said it?
I know a furniture warehouse you can probably break into. We'd have an old friend who runs a bar. They've got a real big stage.
No, 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 it can't be indoors. Impossible.
But I'm obliged to stop you a moment to help me work this through. Let me explain my charge. I've dedicated my last 12 years to the design and orchestration of my life's great work. A grand, broadly experimental theatrical adaptation of The Death of the Hired Man by Robert Frost.
How do you mean experimental?
Well, the drama is my second love. My higher calling is pseudoscience.
Yep. Pseudoscience.
Pseudoscience is the eternally fruitful marriage of whimsy and process that has yielded such poetic specimens as astrology, phrenology, canals on Mars, and homeopathic medicine. I hope I have the time to explain how my pseudoscientific theories, poetics, find expression in this play, but now I am in a delirious rush. The event is meant to be performed tomorrow morning, just before dawn, but in the spirit of tragedy, our venue fell through at the last moment. I've been out all day driving the highways looking for a replacement, eyes fastened on the landscape, like a hawk scouring the field. So, like a hawk, in fact, I failed to keep my eye on the gas meter, and I'm here waiting for the tow truck to bring my car so I can get back to the task.
Kasara's favorite. Oh yeah, pseudoscience. Let's see. What kind of venue are you looking for?
Somewhere outdoors, somewhere intimate, somewhere tragic. If you have attention to spare on your drive, I'd be grateful.
Let's talk to Joseph again, I guess.
Well, here you are.
Met your friend Weaver.
Oh, now. You say you met her? She was there?
Yeah, she was there. You're surprised?
No, I guess I'm not surprised. It's good you met her. I knew the Marquez family years ago when Weaver was a young girl and her parents were studying local folk songs. Smart family. Well, some of them are smart, the rest are wise, if you know what I mean. They hit some trouble a while back and it kind of tore them all up, but you know everyone hits trouble at some point or another. Well, not everyone, but most of us do. Hey, if you see Weaver again, tell her I'm sorry about her aunt and uncle and I hope I'll be seeing her soon. Many thanks.
Can I go back in the basement? I can't. But there's nothing here. The television. Alright, so now let's head back to the truck. And we'll get back. Alright, so now we're looking for an open place, I guess? Or something? Let's see. No, can't go that way. He was just talking about the girl you talked to, right? Yes. Yes, he was. You know, with the surprise on his face. Oh, wait. I have something to look for. Shannon... Oh, we're looking for her workshop. Right. Up north a ways by the lake where Poenia and Wax Road meet. Oh, give me 1 second. Be seeing her again soon has quite a dark meaning.
Don't you think? Yeah, just a little bit. And I have a feeling he knows exactly what he's saying. All right, let me be right back. Xander needs to go out real quick, and I will. Honestly, I'll get you go to the restroom myself. I will be right back. Give me 1 minute. Okay, small chance that he wanted just water, and then we'll demand something else in just a moment. So we'll see how long we can go before. Oh no, we don't want to go there yet. There's a guitar player here. A young man in a gray stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He's playing a worn guitar. On his left, a blue mug. To his right, a weathered dog. Pet the dog, always. The dog closes his eyes and pretends to sleep. The young man strums absently on the guitar, hums tunelessly, and mumbles a word. Put $1 in the cup. Conway pulls a wrinkled dollar from his back pocket and puts it in the young man's cup. The young man stops playing, pulls out the wet dollar bill out of his whiskey, and hands it back to Conway. Alright, don't assume, apparently. That's the lesson from that little excursion. Don't assume. Alright, let's see. Was it over here somewhere? I think it was actually over here. "100% in all the wrong places." Maybe it was over here. What am I looking for? I was looking for Shannon's workshop. Right by the lake, right where... Oh, by the lake. Where's the lake? This is the lake, right? Here's Priceville Road. Grayson Springs. Cub Run. Cherry Spring, Gap Hill. Nolan. It'd be nice if they just said on the 259. Alright, up north a ways. By the lake. We did this last time. What is this? Factory. This is the... A creek along the wrong side of the highway and then turns into a dirty brick building. Grinding stones from the... Oh, this is the... This is the artificial limbs thing. Artificial limb factory. Okay. To speed this up, if you're curious as to what everything else in this location is, I highly recommend you go into episode 1 of the series. I know, spoiler alert, Shannon is not at that location that I'm just currently looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and go here to the on-ramp because this is where we'll actually find her.
But if you're curious as to what that all turns out, episode 1. Act 1, Scene 4. Go team. Elkhorn Valley. Alright. What are you doing, Xander? First, we talk to Blue. No matter how many plays through you do, just talk to Blue, because honestly, is Blue. How's it going, Blue? Not sure that lady was right about the on-ramp because she's crazy and also kind of ghostly and a little scary. Let's see. Better look around, though. Must be down here somewhere. Better hurry, though. Weather's about to turn. Remember that big rain that we caught in Act 5 the first time we played it? Alright, so we're going to go into the entrance. Blue is slowly making his way. This poor dog. Moving right along. Act 1, Scene 5. Yes. Thou does agree with me, do they? Alright. Shannon speaks into a large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of is an emergency. Phone goes. But can I trust him not to just change the locks? Yes, and I appreciate that, but forget it. Bye. She hangs up the phone and puts it away. We won't forget it bye because the last time we told whoever it was that we loved them, and clearly we've never met that person since. So here's a stranger. He says, "Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on and I'm looking for the on-ramp to..." "Oh, are you here to kick me off the property?" "Oh, no, I guess you don't, you don't belong here either? Do you work for the power company? You know, the power company that's just been tearing people's lives apart?" "The power company? Oh, no. I once worked for an electrician for a few weeks, but I sort of drifted before I learned anything." "I get it. You're a drunk." No. I do a pretty good job now. I keep sober. I've got a gig. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lisette's Antiques, and I'm out here trying to finish this job." "Oh, you're making a delivery to the mine?" "Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't even remember seeing that address before. Now I heard I need to take this highway called the Zero. So I met this young lady in the name of Weaver Marquez, and she sent me this way. So here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's been like this so far all day with..." "What? The Zero, is that around here?" "I've never heard of the darn Zero, but that doesn't sound like a real highway. But I know Weaver. I've known her all my life. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez." Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd end up being an echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in through the door. He'd just come back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke and it wasn't a lie. At the time, I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle, but Weaver's not a puzzle. She's a mystery. "So what are you doing down here, Shannon?" "I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for." "Where did you see Weaver?" "At my workshop. She just appeared. I hadn't seen her since some long time ago. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up now. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're going to go down into it, you find your on-ramp or whatever else, we've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis to figure out what kind of topology we're up against." "Sure, let's look around." "All right. Let's get going. Blue, you gotta stay up here, bud. This is no place for a dog. This is no place for a dog." Okay. That runs into mine's PA system. Do you think it'll still work? All right, one way to find out. All right, give it a whirl. Conway says, is anybody down there? Nothing. Huh. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Well, even this old mine was up and running. It was tricky to keep the stuff powered. You know, the miners used to have to pay to run the fans and the lights. Yeah, they got paid in these crappy plastic tokens, coal script, you know? And if you want to run fans for a bit to clear the air up, well, you have to put a token in. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Careful. Some particular person's job might start thinking about paying you guys in tokens. Can we power it up? I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed. Here, set up that lamp of yours, and I'll go unplug the ceiling lights. Okay, he fidgets with the change in his pocket. Ah, I heard the speaker's back here crackle on. It's on now, right? Try say something into the mouthpiece. He says, well, okay, I hear you. Excellent. We need to measure the echo delay and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. Let's see. We did the rubbing the finger on the mouthpiece thing, so we're just going to clear our throats this time. Now he hums a deep tone into the mouthpiece. And now he spits. Darn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with a cave system. All right, I've set up my spectrum analyzer, so just say something into the mouthpiece and we can get a sense of how narrow the tunnels are. Don't be shy, just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something. What did you have for breakfast? Let's see. Here's a story. I had breakfast with Lisette. Let's see. I just had coffee. Let's see. We talked to she talked about her late husband Ira. Then I loaded the truck. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. I hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax and try to breathe naturally. Let's see. He thinks about resting. And then he remembers it earlier in that day. Ooh, getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. He breathes and visualizes a hot meal. He breathes and relaxes, and a peal of feedback looses the rock, of loose rock engulfs him. So we have a rock fall. Act 1, Scene 6. Well, now at the very least, those of you who are just joining in for the center now at least know where Conway and Shannon come from, if not anyone else. Oh my god, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Ah, crap. Visualizing a meal. Pedro's like, I'm on it. Oh, I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's all messed up. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Okay. There's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out on the auxiliary exits if they're already. I think there are. Now, what about the on-ramp? We'll just find an exit and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So, the controls are on over your side. Let's get moving. Okay. So we move forward. This turns on and off the flashlight, by the way, which would be silly. We do not do darkness in this street. Oh, we found the turntable. Okay, so we found the turntable. Oh, here we are. This may be hard to believe. It's actually kind of hard to believe myself, but this whole branch was underwater last I heard. Is it safe? I don't know, I guess so. Looks like they finally drained it. Or maybe they just drained off on its own. The water came in pretty fast and a lot of folks got trapped in these tunnels. I only heard parts of how it went from there, sanitized and bereaved. You know how these big companies are. But there was gossip too. The trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed. So they shut off all the lights, but even that wasn't enough. So I guess it was dark one day. You lost some people down here too, didn't you? We all lost people down here. Well, not all of us, but most of us. It doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable is still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks if the water hasn't damaged it too much. Or we can just heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging around the turntable is from the company's store. Just junk, you know? Miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place or create landmarks. Hard to say which one's down here. It's all kind of dim and dingy. Alright, so we're on a track between the animal bones and the rowboats. So we have to pick one of these to go down. So we're going to go to Bat Feeder and Scarecrow first. It's going to turn the whole thing. It's like, I visualize hot meals. And then we have to check to see which one it is, see if it's the right one. Broken track. Oh, these tracks are all messed up here. This tram isn't going any further. I wonder what's down this tunnel. Oops. Alright, so now we'll do pendulum and casket. Okay, let's go this way. Found a tape player. A dusty reel-to-reel tape player is stashed between the track, loaded with tape but starved for power. Oh, no, go back. Back at the turntable. Alright. Clearly I don't remember where I'm supposed to go. I guess we did Bat Feeder Scarecrow, so now we will
Animal bones and rowboats. Oh, perfect. We found it. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh, wait. I want to do one thing first. If I can. Do I want to do this right now? No, I don't want to do this right now. Alright, we're going to exit. Alright. Yeah, okay. Okay, actually, we're going to have Shannon go take a look around, because she said that, I wonder what's down there thing, and I want to go check that out. She'll only take a minute for a couple minutes. Maybe the Carrington part changed something? The helmets. Nope. Same thing. Alright, Conway comes limping out. There's Blue coming to meet him. Shannon comes out running. Hey, stranger. Alright, you found what you're looking for? Yeah. Maybe... We're not gonna talk about that anymore, okay? Alright, how's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's painful. Oh, I've got some painkillers that can help you out. I got them from a friend when I sprained my wrist installing a security system. You better let me drive, though. I'm kind of strong. Don't worry, I've been driving since I was 9. And we're looking for another route to Dogwood Drive. Alright, well, maybe asking Weaver about the Zero was the wrong place to start. Maybe we should just ask her for specific directions. Her answers are complicated enough without a layer of indirection to the question. I saw Weaver at my workshop back north. That's by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Paonia. I live in the back of the bake shop. Remembers, right? Times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse, whichever you want to go to first. We gotta find the new stuff. Yeah, I thought it would be different, but it wasn't. It was the same. Lisette Antiques. We talked to Blue. How's it going, Blue? Sorry I left you alone for so long. What did you get up to here? Did you take a nap? Did you find any rabbits? Blue probably just had dinner with the rabbits. Let's be real. Alright, Conway heads back into the night. Here we go. So we need to go to Lake Nolan, which I believe was this way. If you want to see what happens if we go to the farmhouse first, check out episode 1. Here's Annetta Road. Morgantown. Oh, for Pete's sake. Is it up here? Is it over here? Here's an airplane. Oh, why are we getting out? Two shirtless and shoeless men push a light aircraft along the highway. Occasionally, one slips a bit and sweating on the asphalt, or the other stops to pull his hair back. If you want to see more about this airplane, check out episode 1. We absolutely did all of this. Back in the truck. Alright. This is Peonia Road and Wax Road. Should be right over here somewhere. No, it's not. It's over here somewhere. Peonia. Wax. Bait shop. Bait shop. Alright, we pull into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road is a thin steel bar. Reads live bait. Minnows and small and large strippers. Stripers. Minnows small and also large for stripers. Night crawlers and chips. Please do not pay strippers in minnows. I did not say to do that in any. I was reading incorrect. Bait shop for strippers. Done. Welcome to the world, everyone. Alright. The shop's right, dirty parking lot, unevenly into the grass and then eventually trees. The bait shop is closed. It's fine. We're going to go into Shannon's workshop because she's here. They walk around to the side of the building into the workshop. The walls are lined with cheap metal shelves loaded precariously with vacuum tubes, awkwardly shaped metal casings, and coffee cans full of electronic components. Can you imagine getting a lap dance and then just holding up like minnows? And then like, okay, it's enough. Ask Shannon about Weaver. I was going to... Family friendly. Shannon points to a small security monitor on the table. The image on the screen is just black, but it seems to be fading away, almost imperceptibly between different shades of black. Shannon tweaks a few knobs on the side of the monitor, but the picture does not change. The screen is cavernous black. It hums and swells at the pace of the tide. Conway loses track of the workshop's walls. They could be inches or miles away. He's adrift on black water, traveling swiftly toward a rocky shore. There should be a lighthouse or a buoy by these rocks. It's too dangerous. Shannon switches off the power strip, and Weaver is not here. So, just kidding. I was going to say if you want to see episode 1 to see what happens at the farmhouse, you should. But I forgot apparently that was the wrong instruction. So, if you want to see anything else, episode 1. Did we see this museum before? A sign just reads museum. The lights are off, but the front door is open. Episode 1. If we do everything, this will be a 4-hour stream. And I'm not trying to do that. Act 1, Scene 7. Marquez Farmhouse. All right. This is going to be slow going because now he's been crushed by falling rocks. So much slower this time around than the last time. Grab a book. He needs help walking up. The wind rustles through the trees. We just want to make our way to the house. Expedite this a little bit. I'm playing through all of this act again, mainly because I was like, we had that new stuff. Make sure there's no new stuff in the main story part of it. And then
probably I'll figure out from there. All right, now we talk to Shannon again. So this is where she was. Yeah, makes sense. This is where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, you know, and had this place built. Do you have any debts? I never really had collateral. Something to be said for that, I guess. My parents were like that until the company store found a way to get them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers, and for my mom, it was canaries. Two solutions to the same problem. They sure sounded different. Weaver had debt too, a lot of it. All tuition. She said she was a mathematician. Yeah, she studied some esoteric stuff, something about using math to translate between Spanish and English. I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook. Got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night, and they woke up the morning to find she was gone. Never came back. Until tonight. She seemed really focused on that old TV. Oh, that's not something you see every day. That old TV right there? Well, that is a darned antique for you. I had a model just like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it to make rent. Most painful decision I had to make. Oh, say, do you mind if I open it up? It looks like all the dials are corroded and the light is leaking a bit. Oh, come on. I bet Lisette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like this fall into disrepair. Yeah, I mean, just saying. Here we go. TV time. Do your magic, Shannon. Alright, so she turns on the TV. She'll fix it. The barn comes up again. Oh, yeah. These tubes are all messed up. Look like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. Look, there's moss growing on this one. You know, moss. That we saw in Act 4. Part 2. That's okay. I have a few spares in my bag. Here. I pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. Just needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay. Yeah, that ought to... Should be seeing something now. What are you seeing? Oh, a little to the left. Okay. I think the contracts are dirty. Now don't go telling my customers I clean off old vacuum tubes with spit. There, just gotta turn it north-south. And now we zoom in. The picture changes. And now it looks like a cave. Kentucky 0 there in the corner. And a truck drives through it. Past the silver one and the other one. Ominous drone noises intensify. Fade out. Blackout. Okay, I will say this. There's no way I can do this for every chapter. Because it looks like minus that one thing that I got in there, there's... Oh, look, we unlocked it! The death of the hired man. What's my time at? So the question now comes, do I want to do it now or do I want to do it later? Oh gosh, okay, hold on. Okay. Drake, what do you think? Now or later? Literally, I was... My day is kind of wrapped around yours at the moment, so to do it now or do it later? Now, question mark? The question mark makes that significantly harder to make a choice. All right. Let's play it now. Here we go. Death of the hired man.
Last chapter. All right. To love a red moon. On the channel here. Harry says,
Mexico? That's what she said.
Says Carrington. Harry says,
Darn.
Carrington, oh, she's been there before. Harry says,
It sounds so far away.
Carrington says,
She lived there for years.
why did she come back? Asked Harry.
Ask her. Sometimes it's hard to get a straight answer.
Harry responds, so I recall. That's old troubles, the girl.
Carrington says, I'll tell her you said so.
Harry says, she'd wear it with pride. Carrington chuckles too.
She would, wouldn't she? How's business?
Crappy, says Harry. Carrington laughs a little. Sure, you laugh.
I'm sorry, Harry.
You laugh, but where'll you go and sit and talk all day when they shut this place down?
Oh, I appreciate the stakes,
says Carrington. It'd be a different story if someone bought a drink with cash now and then.
Sure. Harry, we've all got our troubles, which reminds me.
I'll pour 'em. We're at Harry's bar, by the way, in case you couldn't tell.
No, it's not that. As I was leaving the bureau, I ran into someone else.
Uh-huh.
Your erstwhile janitor.
I bet. What'd he have to say? Says Harry.
In fact, he suggested he might come by and clean your facilities.
He
What? I never told him to. Now, Harry, be kind,
says Carrington.
I told him.
Angrily, Harry says. The bar door opens and closes.
Here he is. What now?
Says Harry, surprised. Carrington quietly says,
Be kind.
Harry says,
I'm always kind.
Carrington says,
How does it look out there, Brandon?
It's pretty okay.
Sure,
says Carrington. The sun is out.
No.
Imagine that, says Harry. I mean, it's clear skies.
Clear skies today.
Probably takes a drink at this point. Well, I'll get started, says Brandon, the erstwhile janitor. Listen, kid, says Harry.
Just go on back, my young friend. We'll check in with you shortly.
Interrupts Carrington. Oh, it's just the bathrooms.
See, says Harry. That attitude. Go on back, Brandon.
I didn't read it because I was sipping a drink. Oh, okay. I'll start with the ladies. With minnow bait. Fine. Exasperatedly, Harry replies. There's nobody, Nah, just us and the kids, says Harry.
Oh, hey, y'all, what are you watching?
Also, I love it. There's a cigarette, TV studio, word toys, and a Bible. Oh, some soap opera, says Harry. To love a red moon, says Carrington.
Oh, yeah, my mom used to watch this one.
The woman in this scene, Magda, she's the Martian banker. Her lover is the moon Deimos, but she is unfaithful. It's very compelling.
Well, says Brandon. Footsteps in the bathroom door opening. We continue to watch the soap opera.
See, Harry, just a little bit of kindness and you got your janitor back.
When was I ever anything but kind to him? Retorts Harry.
I let him sleep in the office whenever he misses his bus.
But he's not dependable. Exasperatedly, Harry responds.
He goes off. Off he goes. Always. Always when I need him most.
He thinks he ought to earn a little pay.
I can't afford to pay any fixed wages, though I wish I could, says Harry.
So when someone else can pay,
well, then someone else will have to, says Harry.
Not so loud, he'll hear you,
says Carrington.
I want him to. He'll have to eventually.
Harry, I believe you were about to pour us a couple of drinks.
This bar is like a muddy black little pond where everyone who stops to drink falls in and drowns.
No, Harry, who would drink from a muddy black pond?
There's always someone thirsty enough, Carrington.
And what are you in this colorful metaphor?
Just another set of bones at the bottom, says Harry.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, well, so will I, jokes Harry, sardonically. Drinks are poured. Look, they're falling in love, says Harrington. Curious, confused. On TV. So, how'd it go, your little plaything? That was Act 2, by the way.
My plaything?
You said you put on a play, right?
I staged an experimental theater production, yes.
Oh, pardon me, says Harry.
If you must know, it was a disaster.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
On the topic of my production, the less said, the better.
If you want to know what that topic for production actually looked like, check out episode 2. Fine, change the subject.
It was doomed from the start, really,
Carrington says.
as I watched from the sunrise that morning in front of Eckes Oils.
What's that? Harry asks.
The gas station. You know, Joseph's place, says Carrington. Oh, how is old Joe? Reflective these days. Aren't we all? Wait, you did your play at a gas station? I staged? Yes. And nobody came out? Huh. Well, I'll be darned, says Harry. An uncommon venue by design. It's unique, I'll give you that. Very avant-garde, I'm sure. Even if an audience hadn't materialized, there were other gaps in the production. Okay, questions Harry. The cast and crew also absent. Ah, darn. So I alone stood there at sunrise with no play and no audience to miss it. And you, what's been occupying your days and nights, my friend? Oh, not much. Sometimes I go down to the store and restock, but then it's straight back home, says Harry. Home. Home, says Harrington. You mean this place? I guess. Yeah, sounds pathetic, doesn't it? No, not at all. No, you had it right at first. This bar is no home. It all depends on what you mean by home, says Carrington. Talking to Brandon the other day, I got the sense he sees the bar as a kind of home too. He's like a dog that walked in off the street, chortles Harry. And what do you do, Harry, when a dog walks in off the street? You give him some water. A dog never did anything wrong, agrees Harry. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. What's that from? Asks Harry. It's a poem. I'll bet. Sounds like a greeting card. It's meant to sound a little cynical, I believe, says Carrington. Oh, I see. What's the poem called? Says Harry. The Death of the Hired Man by Robert Frost. Oh, of course. The poem which served as the basis for my doomed experimental stage production. Oh, I'm sure it's a great poem. Nonplussed Harry. The next line is, I should have called it something you somehow haven't to deserve. Huh? Mean anything to you? Says Carrington. Well, is he a Christian man? Asks Harry. Frost? Yes, I think he was, with a healthy measure of doubt. Well, then it sounds to me like the grace of God, says Harry. You get when you're baptized, it's automatic. You don't have to do anything to earn it. You just try to be worthy of it. Carrington, what do you think? Harry, you know I only attend church for the acoustics. Okay, then what's the line mean to you? Oh, I take it very literally. It's a moral claim. There is, for each of us, a place called home. The relationship is inalienable. It's our birthright. No one may keep us from this place.
Says who, though? Questions Harry.
I mean, who enforces it? If God won't, then it's up to us,
Returns Carrington. Harry thinks. And I guess you think the same that goes for that kid back there. Harry nods toward the bathrooms.
Am I so transparent?
So why is it up to us, though? Doesn't his grandma work in a bank or something?
Does she? I'm pretty sure I heard that. I should probably ask. But Harry, don't you think that if he could get help from family? No, sure, maybe they had a fight. He looked exhausted.
Yeah, he did.
Why don't you go in and check on him? It is kind of quiet back there, isn't it? I mean, sorry. Not to scold him, Harry, just to see how he's doing.
Yeah, all right. Harry begrudgingly responds. Carrington turns to the TV and he says,
I'll catch up on the melodrama of the day. Well, you've been glued to this program all day. What do you make of it?
Emily responds, everybody's secretly in love with everybody else.
It's so boring. Too consistent. I see,
says Carrington. I'm sorry your play was a bust.
Live theater is always a risk. That's what makes it interesting.
Oh, I agree, says Emily.
Sure, you're a performer. You understand.
I was in a movie recently.
Really? I hadn't heard.
Yeah, a Western. Kind of. A glitch Western.
Oh, you have my complete attention,
says Carrington. I was just thinking about your poem.
Oh?
I wish I could click to make this faster. Yeah, but I was thinking about it as a riddle. Like, what's the place where, when you have to go, they'd have to take you in?
And the answer is home?
No, it's a grave. And Harry comes back.
Our host returns, but so quickly. Uh-oh. Well, did you and the young man have a heart-to-heart conversation? How is he?
He's asleep, on the floor, with a roll of paper towels as a pillow. No, it's all right. Let him rest. And that finally completes the Kentucky Route Zero. There we go. So there you have it. More answers, more questions, more concerns, all of the above. I hope at the very least, even if you didn't quite understand it or came in the middle of it, I hope that you actually enjoyed the show. I tried my best to put on a performance. I remember telling Falcon Rise when he came in here
that this was probably I think it's probably the first game in my Twitch streams that I have performed to this extent. So I hope at the very least, if you didn't quite get it or you still have questions about it, that you enjoyed the show or the performance of the show. And I hope I did this show justice. I hope I did the story justice in every way I possibly could. So thank you very much for sticking with me on this one and going all the way through it. We'll probably go back to a little bit more of the Kasara Casual Corner style things the next stream, so we'll figure it out from there. I'll take 30 seconds. If you guys have anyone that you would like to see, then great. If not, Demaze is on, and I have not seen him in a while, so we're going to go check him out. So if you guys don't have anyone that you would like to see, we'll go raid into Demaze's stuff. I don't know when I'll be back. I'll be back either tomorrow or next week. I haven't decided. Tomorrow I might take off just to kind of recuperate, because I have a lot of work to do. And yeah, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed this show. Otherwise, look forward to whatever's coming next. I have an idea of what I want to do, and it might just be just quirky enough, I think. Okay, so another 10 more seconds, and then we'll go from there. If not, let's do /raid. All right, we'll raid Demaze 17. It's New Year's. I think he's been working very hard to try to get himself back on stream. So, thank you all very much, and I look forward to seeing you all, if not tomorrow, then next week. And I believe Drake and I will post our what's coming up in the Discord, so keep an eye out for that as well. So, let's make sure I typed it correctly. Yes, I did. Look forward to seeing you all next week. Have a wonderful weekend, and as always, stay safe, everyone.